Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Turbo Planet Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. It's been a while, but, going to therapy, trying to take care of myself a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Life is life, man. It's the most interesting piece of shit. Last episode, I believe what happened is we saved Satoko. Now, it's not over. So I guess something else is going to happen this chapter, but we'll see. I remember you telling us about it. But why? Why do you think Takano-san and I would get murdered? Hey, it's an honor for us to be the victims of the fifth curse of Orishiro-sama. As I expected, they didn't remember how I told them they would be killed on the night of the festival. They did keep their promise to tighten up security after I showed them the shrine storage. However, they're not worried about their own security at all. I didn't expect them to believe anyway. If they were willing to take me seriously, I could have easily changed fate a long time ago. I'm going to tell you this one more time. Tomitaki, you're going to scratch your own throat until you die. Takano, you're going to burn to death on some mountain. Going to scratch my throat? Is that the terminal symptom of L5? Don't worry. I took the shots. I don't have the disease. My story is horrible too. I'm going to burn to death on some mountain? You dreamed about that? I just want both of you to be careful, at least tonight. Please listen to me, even if you don't really believe. You dreamed something bad happening to us? Don't worry. You're protected by the mountain towns. You have 8 security guards watching you today. Thank you very much. I know I'm being protected. But I want you guys to be careful too. Thank you for your concern. We'll be fine. I've been working out. I think I can protect myself from the sparks. Tomitaki poses to show his biceps and smiles. I think he's trying to make me feel better. But all he's doing is making me feel sadder. This is the saddest part about being me. I know the future, but I can't tell them. It's as if this is the rule of the world. People tend to not believe the message. But you're going to die. If Tomitaki and Takano die, I'll be killed next. If the two of you die, who is going to protect me? Sounds like you had a horrible dream. Don't worry. It's because you're telling them it's a dream. Tell them you can see the future. You know? I mean, I guess they would think that she's crazy, but I feel like that's better than saying it's a dream. Are you sure they would really protect me? They never protected me before. That's not true. They saved you when you got in a fight, remember? They were watching you at all times. Ever since you came to me, the security around you is at a very high level. You have a better security team than Dr. Irie has. They'll keep on protecting me even after you die? Of course. You're the most important person for us. So, you're sure that we're getting killed tonight? That's too bad. If you don't have the intention to survive, I only have to worry about myself. My harsh words leave a mark on his heart a little bit. His face looks more serious now. Good grief. Okay. I'll be careful tonight. I'll get a security guard when I'm going back to Okinomiya. I think someone might attack the two of you when you are together. Make sure not to be alone with each other at night, or tonight. Are you being jealous? But it's like sort of her too, right? If we think back to the one where Keiichi had like crossed paths with her, isn't it like sort of her too? Isn't she kind of like also part of this? I feel like she was very mysterious. Either that or Keiichi was going crazy that chapter. I'm just saying. I guess I can't change their fate. When we saved Satoko, everyone shared the same sense of urgency. That's why we got together and saved her before it was too late. Also, it might be too quiet. I'm going to go ahead and raise the volume. Not that high. Maybe to 8. However, I can talk to them about the How can I talk to them about the urgency? I sigh and give up. Tomitaki, Takano. Goodbye. Thank you for everything. Hey, wait, Rika-chan? There's nothing else I can say to them now. I might as well tell this to someone else. If I can get other people to protect them, I might be able to change something. I can't give up yet. This fate is as thin as a piece of paper. It's just like the lid of a jar of jam. It's not going to open unless you believe it will open. I don't know if that's how it works. I have to believe that I can change this fate. If not, it is not going to change. So, Tomitaki-san, Takano-san? Are you sure about this? I told EDA about this so many times in the past. EDA tends to listen more seriously than Tomitaki and Takano. However, that doesn't mean that he can do something about it. I'm the maiden of Oyashiro-sama and I have a bad feeling about this. Is this not good enough reason? I got it. It might be a message from Oyashiro-sama. If that really happens tonight, it would be the 5th time. I'll tell the 2 of them to be cautious too. All he can do is warn the 2 of them. Exactly the same thing as what I did. In other words, it's not effective. EDA is just a researcher and he has no ability to face unexpected trouble. That's why Takano works for him. Please talk to them. Please. Who else would listen seriously? Who would be able to prevent Tomitaki and Takano's death? That's right. The one man who is fighting the curse of Oyashiro-sama with all his passion. Hello, Furude-san. I've been looking for you. Akasaka wants to say goodbye to you. I guess he and I are not meant to be. You're still upset about last week. Akasaka regrets that he wasn't able to help you. He said he would love to come back to Namizawa again when he has vacation. But his wife took it personally. His wife is pretty, but I bet she's scary too. Uishi, I have something important to tell you, but no one believes me. Huh? What's the matter? I've spoken to him several times in the past too. He listens to me pretty seriously. However, I hate it when he bothers me because he suspects me after their death. That's why I stopped talking to him after a while. Where did you hear that? At which location? I told him that I heard someone talking about them murdering them in the crowd. This way, he might not be suspicious of me after the murder really happens. Tomitaki-san is not from around here, and if you add Takano-san, it would be 2 people. One is going to die and one is going to disappear. This is possible to happen as the 5th curse of Oyashiro-sama. This might just be false information, but just in case, we'll keep our eyes on the 2 of them tonight. I think they were saying that they'll attack somewhere between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. Tomitaki's body will be found on the road between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. I'm sure they always find him where the concrete road turns into gravels. See, I'll have a cruiser patrol around there. We can do that. He agrees to get involved, and he's not suspicious of me. I'm sure people will surprised to know that Oishi actually listens to this phony story of mine. He strongly believes that there's no smoke where there's no fire. I've learned from experience that he tends to believe my information. However, he caused me so much trouble in other worlds because of his personality. There's no question why he believes me, though. This is his last chance to reveal the curse of Oyashiro-sama before his retirement. Even if it might be false information, he still wants to listen to it. He's helping me a lot, though. Hey, Kuma-chan, can you hear me? Have a cruiser patrol head to the back road to Okinomiya. No, this is just a precaution. There's a rumor that something bad might happen around there tonight. Yeah, 2 officers would be fine. Thank you. Thank you. No one believed me and I didn't know what to do. It's the job of the police to believe you. We should be glad if nothing happens. Be happy to swing and miss. That's what my late colleague used to say. Plus, it's worse if you can't prevent it after ignoring the information. I see. He has his own philosophy. That's why he's believing what I'm saying. I hope he won't treat me as a suspect after they find their bodies tomorrow. I shouldn't be worried about that now. I can do more. Who else should I talk to? Should I talk to my friends? I shouldn't give up. I should at least try to talk to them. No way. You heard something talking about that? On the day of the festival? That's so wrong. You mean, you're talking about the curse of Oyoshiro-sama might happen tonight? Yes. It happened 4 years in a row. Lots of people think it's going to happen again tonight. What they believe is their business. It's not nice for them to talk about Tomitaki-san and Takano-san like that. I think you should talk to them about it just in case, I think. I already did, but they didn't believe me. I bet they didn't. But it's too late if something really happens. I think you should talk to Oishi-san. I already did. I'm impressed that you've done all that, Rika-chama. I agree, they should take every precaution. Especially tonight. This series of mysterious deaths in Yamizawa, which is commonly known as the Curse of Oyoshiro-sama, I don't really want it to be repeated every year. Some people might imitate it, and it's giving such a negative image to this village. If nothing happens tonight, it means the end of the series, right? So we should make sure that nothing happens. What can we do? Are you suggesting that we should patrol around the village so nothing can happen? I think that's a bad idea. You really think we can do something about this? We're supposed to be aware of strangers because we might have a visitor from outside the village who will try to imitate the case. We can tell the strangers apart from the locals. We can spot them right away. I think we'll be fine. Tomitaki and Takano will be killed. Rika-chan. Alright, let's try to do what we can do. I agree. We can't protect them all night, but let's stay with them at least until the festival is over. As long as we're there, the bad guys won't be able to do anything to them. I don't know if they are really serious, but they will try to listen to me. We decide to keep our eyes on them and protect them for the night. I wonder if this is going to be enough. I don't think I can prevent their deaths just by doing this. I have to hope that nothing happened when I wake up tomorrow morning. You think you can prevent Tomitaki and Takano's deaths, Rika? It might be impossible. Their deaths might be an omen of my own death. Oh. But Takano told me earlier that even if they die, the mountain hounds are supposed to protect me. They might bring more squads from Tokyo, too. Even if they die, the situation will be different this time. What if it still doesn't work out? Now we'll just have to die. Anyway, I'm not going to give up until the end. I'll struggle as much as I can. I'm not going to give up and spend the rest of my time drinking wine. Do whatever you want to do, Rika. Do you still believe that nothing is going to change, Hanyu? I don't believe anything. It's only fate. I get hurt because I have hopes, huh? If I'm an actress trying to get up on the stage, Hanyu is a real bystander. Hanyu and I have a big difference of opinion when it gets to this issue. Rika, no matter what happens, don't shut yourself down. It sounds like you're telling me that nothing is going to change. I feel frustrated when I talk with you lately. I understand. Hanyu tells me not to get my hopes up because she cares about me. Because I hope to defeat fate, I get hurt when that hope is betrayed. When I'm hurt, I will eventually lose my mind and die. That means losing a lifelong partner for Hanyu. Losing me is the scariest thought in Hanyu's lonely life. I believe that fate can be changed. Even when I didn't have that faith, I still believed that eventually I'd find a way out of this maze. Perhaps Hanyu knows something. I might be a goldfish inside the fishbowl. There might be no way out of this fate. We're stuck alone inside the fishbowl, yet I keep knocking on the glass, believing I can break it someday. Hanyu is telling me I'm wasting my time. If I get hurt and die, she would have to survive all alone inside the fishbowl. I think I finally understand why Hanyu and I have a big difference of opinion. Hanyu has lived for a much longer time than I did. She's more knowledgeable about the unlimited laws of this world than me. No matter how much I refuse Hanyu, I can never refuse the truth. But I still have to believe in my own faith. I believe in a spear that breaks the wall of fate. I believe we'll make that spear sharper than ever. We find Tomitaki in the crowd to talk with him so that we can stay with him as long as we can. However, as soon as the festival is over, they try to leave. If they leave now, I will never see them again. Mion insists that they stay at her house for the night, but Tomitaki refuses. Everyone tries to stop them from being alone because the murderer might be around. However, they eventually start to believe that they want to be alone for adult reasons and wind up suggesting that we shouldn't interrupt the two lovebirds. Don't worry, Rika-chan. Tomitaki-san is a man. I'm sure he'll do everything to protect Takano-san. I believe so. If something happens to me, you're going to rescue me, right? I feel like Takano's like part of it, so they can't prevent it. I feel like Takano's like... I don't know. I don't know. It's getting pretty late. Thank you for your concern. Don't make any assumptions. I'm going to the clinic because I left something there. Gosh, it sucks because I feel like I won't be surprised. Who would I be surprised? See, I don't know who I'd be surprised seeing as like Rika's murderer. You know, Shion. I'd be surprised if they just like pulled out Shion because they've already used Shion for something. Same thing with Mion. I'd be pretty surprised if it was Mion. I guess. Rena's if Rena was the murderer, I'd be the least surprised because I feel like she's just a wild card. Satoko has a lot of mystery around her, so I wouldn't be surprised there. Keiichi wouldn't make too much sense. Bye, everyone. I'm really going back there to get what I forgot. Don't follow us, okay? I think you're overreacting, Rika. Aw. Everyone laughs when Satoko yawns. This is a good time to call it a day. Seems like I didn't change their fate. I just hope that they pay attention and that they're prepared for their fate. I just might still have a chance. All I can do now is pray. Goodbye, Tomitaki-san. Please show us the pictures you took next time. Make sure to wear that punishment t-shirt. Have a nice night with your beautiful lady. See you guys again. I guess it'll be in fall next time. That's if we don't get killed tonight. Good night, everyone. Good night. It's the best I could do on the night of Watanagashi. Please tell me what happened this night. This is like a box with a cat inside. Please tell me what happened this night. I don't even know if the cat is alive or dead. Please tell me the cat in the box is dead. I feel like that's just Schrodinger's cat thing. Okay. Tomitaki gathers his paperwork and puts it inside of his bag. They were so persistent. Wonder if they really wanted us to die. How rude of them, huh? It was only a dream. Please tell Dr. EDA to examine Rika-chan closely. Her nightmares might be a symptom for something. If something happens to her, it would be a disaster. Takano touches Tomitaki's hand gently. Tomitaki turns red. Takano moves into his face and talks to him. The way she talks is so sexy. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. She's like slightly evil, isn't she? From what we... Will you listen? I'm gonna kill you. Yes! Dude, who was like, she's slightly evil, isn't she? After the thing, unless Keiichi was crazy. Didn't I say that? Didn't I just say that? Cool. I'm super excited that I just called it. I'm very surprised. I think that girl might have like a godlike power. What do you mean like that? She gently smiles and pulls back her hair. It's his heart race. I really like you. That's good to know. She gently says it, kisses him, tickles him. Her movement is very sexy and tempting. I've dated many guys, but none of them interested me. I've learned that someone serious like you is the best partner for me. You are willing to accept everything I stand for, and I believe that you understand me completely. That's why I can give you everything I have. I want you to accept every part of me. Do you understand? Well, Kana-san? What's the matter? Doesn't really sound like a voice of affection. He knows that he can't really understand what's on her mind when she wears a cold smile like this. Finally. It's almost there. It seems like she can't wait for something to happen. Her smile scares him in a way. What's almost there? Tomitaki asks her, trying to resist the temptation. The day my dream is coming true. Your dream? Yes, my dream. I think I've told you before. Or do you forget about everything we talk about in bed? I remember. Your dream. Either he doesn't remember or he doesn't understand it well. His response is very vague. The curse of Higurashi is going to come true. That's what I've been dreaming since I was a child. Interesting. Listen, I can't be with you anymore. What? What do you mean by that? I belong in a different world. Inamizawa is where humans and demons coexisted. That's why we met each other here. But that's going to end soon. The eclipse of the sun brought humans and demons together. You understand what I'm saying? Takano-san, are you still drunk? I think you are. This is a night of farewells. Thank you for teaching me what's there in the bright world. Your warmth was the same as the sunlight. We had a beautiful relationship. I'm very sad that I have to say goodbye to you. She pulls her body away from him slowly and steps back. It's as if she's showing him it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what you're trying to say. What's this all about, Takano-san? I want you to make the decision. I want you to make the decision to stay with me and let go of the bright world. What you told me was all true. I know you have no doubts. By that time, Tomitaki understands that Takano is asking him to make an important decision. Are you? That's right. Jiro-san. Tomitaki gets up from his seat and looks at Takano's face. He's looking at her like he's facing an enemy. Is your work more important than me? Is that it? I can't believe this. I trusted you. He shows his reduction towards her. Takano smiles with a cruel look. Oyashiro-sama united the humans and the demons, but I guess he can't unite you and me. He slowly opens the door. There are 6 men standing there in their working gear. Oh, so fucking Takano's just the whole villain. Takano's the whole villain of the whole thing. That's the murderer of Rika-chan. What's this all about? Dismantle the time bomb before it explodes. However, there's some people in Tokyo that want to see a bomb go off. What benefit will that bring to the people? No one wants to do something that's not going to be beneficial. They want it to explode because there is a benefit to it. Your question is just a waste of time. I can't believe this. There are people who want that to happen? The Hinamizawa syndrome is a very dangerous disease. Fucking this music, and you know that too. I know, it would be a disaster if it exploded. Tokyo would not be able to cover it up either. So you're paid by those people? That was my mission all along. I'm sorry. We belonged in different worlds from the moment we met. What are you going to do to me? It'd be a great help if you could support us. Of course, that means you have to betray your people. Expecting me to turn on them? Jiro-san, if what you feel about me is true, will you support me? We'll pay you as much as you want. If you wish, I'll dedicate my whole life for you. I'll do whatever you want me to do, whenever and wherever you want. My body belongs to you. You can dominate my body to satisfy your needs. I'm willing to be all yours. Don't you want to own this body? She talks to him as if she's violently attacking his emotions. The words she uses are like an evil spell that controls his heart. Tomitaki can't help feeling a sense of ecstasy. He tries not to be tempted. He seals the cracks in his wall of reason and tries to stop Takano from forcefully entering his heart. I can't do this. She knew Tomitaki was going to refuse her. Takano laughs with a sense of victory. It's funny. She thought Tomitaki would refuse right away. However, it took him a while to refuse her because of her sweet and tempting seduction. The time it took him to refuse her was a time of victory for Takano. For Tomitaki, it was a time of humiliation. Takano continues to laugh. He laughs like an evil witch. I thought you would say that. That's why I love you so much. Takano raises up her right hand and gives a sign to the mountain hounds. Okonogi-kun, you're betraying me too? I'm sorry, First Lieutenant Tomitaki. Are you surprised? Mountain hounds work for me. It was us who controlled this clinic all along. You should know, you and Dr. Edie are the only people who didn't know. Shit. Tomitaki takes action sensing his danger. He strikes one man quickly like lightning and beats him down to the floor. However, the other guys are not just going to stand there and watch. They all attack him together. He tries to strike back down with his elbow, but he can't overcome the difference in numbers. He tries his best, but eventually they wrestle him down to the floor. Dude, I'm just really happy that I called it late. I called it very late. But really, we could see this coming from the one where Keiichi went crazy and killed people. And killed the uncle. And then there was like the doppelganger situation, and then the uncle wasn't there anymore and stuff like that. I don't know what happened there. But we saw Takano, and she was like, hey, don't speak of this again. That was like our clue. That was like our thing. It's just we were kind of like, we were unsure of why she didn't want us to know, you know? Hidura-san, I know you're going to refuse, but let me ask one more time. Will you change your mind and be on my side? No way. I'm not going to support you. I wanted to say, I would have said yes. I would have been like, hell yeah, let's go. And then fucking hold an anime betrayal. You know? I don't know. That's what I wanted to hear so that I can forget about you. Kano has a small case inside her head. Her hand. She opens it and shows Tomitaki what's inside. What is that syringe? Come on. I'm sure you know what it is. No. You destroyed all of them. Hiro-san, let me guess what you're thinking. Even if this is what you think it is, you should still have immunity because you took the vaccine. Isn't that what you're thinking? That's why you're not scared, right? Well, let me tell you something nice. The vaccine you took before you came here was fake. You may not have noticed it, but you're a L3 patient of Hinamizawa syndrome. You have a tendency to look away when you get an injection. That's not very smart. You should always make sure what you're getting. Let go of me. He struggles to get away, but he can't move. Takano laughs joyfully. I'm sure you know very well about the H173. You will get instantly infected, and you will become virtually an L5 patient. I thought you saw how the experiment turned out. The subject was showing extreme irritation in the neck and armpit areas. Based on past study, patients with L5 suffer from extraordinary irritation in the lymph node. I guess this is a symptom of the antibody reaction. That means Shiro-san. If you're lucky, you might be able to die just as Rika-chan predicted. Are you going to kill yourself or become a cripple? Which do you want to be? Shiro-san? It's going to be difficult to give him the injection like this. Will you put him to sleep? The man covers his mouth with a towel soaked in some kind of chemical. He tries to refuse it with all his energy, but he eventually loses his strength and becomes as quiet as a whale on dry land. Takano rubs his face to make sure he can't resist anymore. Then she brings the needle to his throat, or toward his throat. She pushes the needle into his skin. As she injects the medication, his skin swells up like a balloon and eventually disappears into his body. Goodbye, Jiro-san. When you wake up, you'll be in the middle of an exciting nightmare. The guys let go of Tomitaki's body. He won't even move at all. Someone put him in my trunk. The two men carry his body and take him outside. That's right. I'm sure he'd be happy if I left him his bicycle. That way he can enjoy cycling in hell, too. I hear the men laugh at her joke. We're going to commence Operation End Now. I get quiet as she speaks. Okonogi. Get contact from headquarters. Keep your eyes on Dr. Urie. Also be aware of Rika Furude too. I don't know what kind of power she has, but she predicted how Tomitaki was going to die. Very curious about her. But too bad. Roger. I'll take care of things here. Please be careful on your way. So I was right to be like super suspicious of Takano when we were like telling her about the information. I was super Here's the thing, right? Is I was super suspicious of Dr. EDA and Takano, and when we were like telling people stuff, I was like, I don't know if I would tell them anything. You know? Remember that? But then like it wasn't until like before this when I was like, but she's evil, right? I don't know. I don't know. Wish you could see how panicked that geek is going to be. The men start laughing too. Yukanda checks her time on her watch. Almost 10 p.m. Most of the people have left the festival and gone home. The people who are still there are enjoying the after party and getting drunk inside the shrine. This is a good time to leave without being seen by anyone. I'm leaving now. I'm going to go and die. He leaves the clinic alone after saying that. The moonlight, the sounds of the bugs, and the stream of the river. It's typical night in Hinamizawa. Takano gets inside the car. Tomitaki is sleeping inside the trunk. His bicycle is loaded in the back seat of her car. How ironic. Your bicycle has a better seat than you. I'll let you out of there soon. I should leave him on the street that leads to Okinomiya. That would be a good spot. She found a good spot to drop him off, but she gives up because there's a police cruiser parked there. They must be patrolling to make sure the fifth curse won't occur. Good job, officers. No one would ever think that there's a cursed pact in my trunk right now. She drives into the darker street. The mountain road ends and she's surrounded by darkness. She's surrounded by rice fields. You can tell by the sound of crying frogs. She parks her car near the roadside. If she doesn't stop her car here, she's going to get too close to the houses. But she couldn't because of the police. She's going to jump in, but she couldn't because of the police cruiser. Takano pulls out Tomitaki's body from the trunk and leaves him by the street. She also leaves his bicycle there. Tomitaki groans a little bit. You might wake up soon. Goodbye, Jiro-san. Your awkward, sweet talk was very entertaining. I wish I could hear it more. You'll be waking up soon. By that time, your body will be in the final stage of L5. You'll have a miserable death after a futile struggle. I wonder if you're really going to stretch your throat until you die. I wish I could see you die like that. Your mysterious death and my disappearance will be the 5th curse of Oyashiro-sama. The story of the curse of Oyashiro-sama will be legitimate. You should feel honored, Hiro-san. You're going to be a part of history. You're going to lose your life and become part of this legendary history. Takano gets back in the car and starts driving. The place where she left Tomitaki is already surrounded with darkness in the rearview mirror. Driving. Takano drives through the main street of Okinomiya and takes a few turns. She's heading to the Dark Mountains. It's been a while since she left Hinamizawa. It's almost midnight. She might be in a neighboring prefecture by now. It's difficult to tell because she can't really see anything inside the darkness. Takano stops her car in the middle of the darkness. She turns off her engine and the lights and is surrounded by darkness. It's almost as if time has stopped. She's not sure how long she has been here, but she eventually sees the headlights of a car blinking twice. She blinks her own headlights back at it. Soon she sees several people walking toward her. 2 men wearing blue working outfits knock on Takano's car window. She opens the window. They check her face and the paperwork they have in their hands. Hello, I'm Takano. They contact someone after they confirm her identification. Hello. We got the lady. Anyone following? No one is after you. You're clear for 400 meters. Nobody's after us. We're glad to see you. Please come to the command vehicle. I'll take your paperwork. The paperwork is inside the trunk. Here's the key. I need some coffee. Could you get me some? The command vehicle is a trailer with high-tech communication equipment inside. Light of electric command shines beautifully in the dark. Here's your coffee, Major. The guy in the blue working gear offers her a paper cup. Thank you. What's going on with my corp? What? 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 Oh, man. What's going on with my corpse? They did say it was burned. Oh, okay. Well, so then we know everything. Right? I think we know everything. I think with that, we have now solved everything. I'm trying to like Danganronpa style put everything together in my head so I know a timeline from the start to finish of the game. Rika has an ability that can rewind, she can repeat her life from certain eras to prevent her death or whatever. There's that girl that's with her, that's the Curse of Oyashiro-sama, but she's actually a nice ghost, but everybody always blames everything on her, when really that's not supposed to be the case. Takano pretends to be a nurse at the hospital, but really she's the leader of the hounds, and the hounds are the ones that are doing it, not the Sonozaki family who are like enacting the curse. Takano, I'm guessing, is the one that kills Rika because nobody knows she's alive. All we know is that Takano dies because for some reason we lose our memory whenever we die by this person. So I'm thinking that there's something. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe there's something that happens with Takano and Rika, and she dies, and Rika dies. And then all those other timelines that we witnessed were actually just kind of like filler stuff, if we're being honest with ourselves. It was like world building, like it built the world up, but it was a lot of like just kind of introducing you to the fact that Rika's having to go through all these worlds, and then this is kind of the end of the climax. With that, we know everything. I'm sorry for rambling on and on about what it is, but I think we know everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything that they didn't either explain with Keiichi going crazy. There's this thing with the L5 sickness and L3 sickness, which I think is something that Rena may have had. No, that's the thing that we don't necessarily know, is Satoshi. Satoshi is the one problem that we don't know. So we don't know everything. Okay, we're continuing on. Even if we did know everything, I'd still continue on. But we still don't know where Satoshi is. We know that... Well, I guess we kind of know that maybe the Sonozaki family dealt with him. But did they really? Where is he? And why is there so much emphasis on him in the story? I feel like he's a bigger part of the story than they lead on. I've said that before, too. I just feel like he's a bigger part of the story than the game lets on. I feel like he's like they talk about him every single freaking Higurashi. And he's like a main story point. That was the name of this mission. The first goal of this mission is Takano's escape from Hinamizawa and the extraction of the 18 secret documents. That goal is now completed. Assassinating the liaison from Tokyo, Tomitaki, was also one of the goals. That one is also completed the way Takano had planned. He was not killed that way just because that's what Takano wanted to see. It was intentionally planned that way so the office in Tokyo would be suspicious of the EDA institution. They were trying to plot out that the EDA institution was upset with the budget cuts and the cancellation of the research. Tomitaki's mysterious death would be a suitable way to persuade people. Tomitaki was not the only one who expected to die. Takano was expected to do so as well. However, Takano really didn't need to die. They prepared a different body for her so she doesn't have to really die. Takano had no idea how they got the body. According to what she heard, a team in Gifu took care of everything. Once Tomitaki and Takano are dead, Tokyo will definitely be suspicious of the EDA institution. What if that's Satoshi? What if that's Satoshi? Oh my god, if that's Satoshi, then everything's crazy. Then Takano's just a whole villain. The purpose of the mission is to make the EDA institution look reckless. I'm sorry, Major. There's been a problem in Gifu. A problem? What's wrong? There was a mistake with selecting the body. The body was already dead 24 hours ago. What's that supposed to mean? That means you were already dead yesterday. Takana's body was supposed to be selected from the corpses of people who died today, I'm guessing. It would be better if... It's better if the body was burned to death so it would be hard to identify. They found a suitable body for the plan. However, they found out that the body's been dead for more than 24 hours. So Rena was not crazy. Everything that she was saying was correct. To be honest with you, like she was like, oh, the only thing that she didn't get correct is that there's aliens. Well, yeah, is that there's aliens and there's not. There's demons though, so she was like kind of close. But like she figured everything out. This will create. However, they just found out that the body's been dead for more than 24 hours. That will create a contradiction to the logic. They're going to collect another body. No problem. We can still use that body as me. But that means the messenger of Oyashiro-sama was dead already, but he came to the festival regardless. That's a good one. That's very interesting. Takano laughs with a while of satisfaction. The other people in the vehicle can't understand why Takano is laughing so much. Takano continues to laugh as if this is very funny. Go ahead. Call the team in Gifu and tell them to stop looking for another body. I think this will be an interesting twist. Are you sure? You should be cautious. Don't worry. Everyone saw Takano Mio walking at the Higurashi festival. Even if the forensics find out that the body's been dead for more than 24 hours, they'll think that the test result came out falsely. As if she's enjoying the risk. Roger. I will notify them. By the way, my body was burned inside of the oil drum? Yes. It was found inside the mountain near the freeway. The body was burned to death inside the oil drum. Takano seems surprised to hear that from him. She starts laughing strangely again. Once again, no one understands why she's laughing. I see. The reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama is really gifted. I have to admit that she has a supernatural power that no one can explain. Command the Mountain Hounds in Hinamizawa to tighten up security for R. Roger. Major, the Ukinomiya Police Department has spotted the body of Tomitaki. They did, huh? Show is about to begin. Uishi-san, Dr. Irie is here. Thank you so much for coming. What do you think, Dr. Irie? Uishi enters the enclosed area. In there, people from forensics are taking pictures of the dead body from various angles. Irie is squatting down next to the dead body of Tomitaki Jiro. When he stands up, he looks pale. Can't believe it. I know, I can't believe it either. As far as I see, he clawed out his own throat. With his hands. This isn't a normal way to die. Most likely, it's something to do with a dangerous drug. Are you saying that he was a drug addict? I don't know. I guess it's going to be my job to find that out. Uishi-san. What is this rectangular timber? I think he was swinging it around, and then he threw it away. I guess he had more fun clawing out his throat, I guess. Why did he swing the timber around? Probably did it in self-defense. Did you notice that there were several external injuries on his body? Yes, I can see some bruises. Easiest explanation I can think of is this. He was attacked by someone on his way home from the Okinomiya festival. He was seized by the subject and was given a shot of some kind of dangerous drug. He went crazy and he died. Never heard of any drugs that can make people claw at their own throats. I'm not a specialist of that kind, but there are many drug addicts that injure themselves when they are in a terminal condition. I'm sure that the old man from forensics will take care of this investigation. Excuse me, Uishi-san. We found a bicycle believed to belong to Tomitaki Jiro a mile away from here. Oh, that's great, thank you. Did you find any clues? Not yet. They're investigating it right now. So that means the place where the bicycle was most likely the place where he was attacked. Then he ran away from the subject and came here. Rishi frowns, crossing his arms in front of his chest. Irie is looking at the miserable corpse of Tomitaki, and he keeps saying the same things. It's impossible. It's just impossible. Irie knew right away that Tomitaki's death was caused by the terminal symptoms of Hinamizawa syndrome. He didn't swing the piece of wood at real human, he probably saw some kind of hallucination due to the L5 symptoms. A violent reaction to the hallucination is one of the clear characteristics of the terminal stage. However, Tomitaki supposedly took a vaccine before he came to the village. There's no way he could get L5 symptoms in such a short period of time. He doesn't want to believe it, but it's obvious that someone intentionally injected him with the pathogen. The pathogen must have been strong enough to give him L5 symptoms immediately. The only drug that can do that is H173. It's the chemical weapon that kills people. It makes people hallucinate, which leads to a horrible death, just like a demon. However, they destroyed all of it due to its dangerous nature. They only have positive chemicals such as vaccines and treatment drugs. Tomitaki is the liaison from Tokyo. The suspect who killed him must have had full knowledge about him and this drug. How would that person know he was the liaison? Then he thinks of Takano. Takano is also a watchdog from Tokyo. She's like the superintendent. He hopes nothing bad is happening to her. What about Takano-san? What happened to Takano-san? What? Oh, are you talking about your nurse? I think she was with him. Is she okay? Do you know her phone number? Of course. Kuma-chan. Get her number from Dr. EDA and have someone at the station call her home. Got it. Doctor, can I have the number? Yes, here it is. Kuma guy gets the phone number and repeats it to make sure that you got it right, and then dashes out of the blue tent. Doctor, Takano-san and Tomitaki-san were close friends, right? Yes. Have you heard about any troubles between them? No. Not even once. They were very close friends. Tomitaki and Takano were not just having a close relationship. They are co-workers sent from Tokyo. They had information that even EDA doesn't have. There was no way there was trouble between them. I hope she's okay. In the worst case scenario, she could be dead, or she could be the perp. I see. Nurses have access to dangerous drugs. We don't have any dangerous drugs in my clinic. Even if we did, we'd store them with extra caution. There's no way Takano-san would smuggle out a drug from my clinic. But it's easier for nurses to do it than regular people, right? Like I said, I've never heard of a drug like that, and I don't have anything like that in my clinic. EDA makes funny excuses and tries to think about what's going on. However, he has no idea what's going on in Tokyo. He can't think of anything. Uishi-san. She isn't home. The standby unit says they're going to go to her house to check. Doctor, can you give me her address? Kuma-chan. Can you also check if the police headquarters has any unidentified female bodies tonight? Maybe we should check the other prefectures too. Tell the section manager if he can call the nearby prefecture police headquarters to see if they have any unidentified female bodies. Yes, sir. Okinomiya Police Department is contacting the Gifu Prefectural Police Department. Are you sure about this, Major? Sure. I don't mind. Just leave it there. The end is almost there. Everyone will be destroyed before they even find out. The time of death doesn't match. Interesting. That's a great place to stop. It's 52 minutes. Wow, okay, so she's just a whole villain. We don't know much about her, so it's not like they can just paint her in a way that's evil. You know? I guess we know that she was trying to spread the curse. We're going to go ahead and pause it right there, and I'm going to save it before I exit out, before I lose all that progress. Even though I can just kind of skip past it anyway. Good stuff. I mean, I feel like with that we know pretty much everything except for the fact that we don't know where Satoshi is, or what, or why, or how he disappeared. I think it would have been cool to have a little bit more information there. And I think the way that this game is going, that there will be, and I'm gonna preach it. I'm gonna preach it because I said it before, and now it's looking like I'm gonna say it again. Satoshi has a lot more to do with this story than I think that the story is letting on. I feel like he's a major part of the story, right? And he's something that we should think about going forward. Because that's gonna be the twist, right? That's the only twist I can think of that they could pull. That it would be like, what? You know, like Satoko's own brother. You know, and that's why Satoko disappears, because Satoshi like saves Satoko from the disaster. And that, oh my goodness. What if Satoshi's actually evil and working with Takano-san, and that's why Satoko's able to disappear without a trace, because, you know, he's being protected by the hounds. How? Oh my goodness. Guys, I don't think that's actually what's... I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna say all that. All I'm gonna say is that I feel like he's very important, and I'm gonna end it there. I feel like he's super important. I just feel like there's something about him that they haven't explained because it's not immediately clear. Everything else is clear. The hallucinations, why Keiichi went crazy, why everybody's going crazy, why there's like stuff that's happening, um, why Rika wanted to give Rena the syringe because Rika was trying to actually help Rena, because Rika was trying to vaccinate her because she had the hallucinations. Right? There's this whole like hallucination thing going on. There's a drug that's doing it. Um, so we know pretty much everything, right? We know why things are happening and why people go crazy and why Rena was acting crazy whenever Satoshi's. Well, actually, I don't know if we actually know that or not. I don't know. I feel like Rena always went crazy whenever Satoshi's name was mentioned, but we don't know too much about Satoshi or why he left. The only information we got about where he left was when it was what's her name, Shion. She went crazy. Shion, Mion, whoever, went crazy, started killing people. But we found out that like the Sonozaki family supposedly took care of him. But like, what does that mean? Where is he? Where did he go off to? We didn't see his body. His body ain't nowhere. They didn't reveal that. I just feel like he's somewhere. I feel like he's somewhere, and I'm gonna stop talking now because I talk forever at the end of these things. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I promise you it won't be as long before the next one. I hope, please. I promise you, it'll probably be tomorrow actually, because I'm gonna record two things tomorrow. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, you guys.